Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the final round. It is round 10. We are at Imola. Sorry for the delay, a couple of techie issues, but no techie issues here with J-Man being on board on the mics again tonight. How you doing, my friend, J-Man?
Yeah, good evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers. And as mentioned in the comments, thanks for your patience. Yeah, these things are here to try us at times, but good thing we've got some of the best in the background. So, as Davo mentioned, welcome to round 10 here, Imola, final round here at Rainlight Racing. And oh my gosh, this is going to be an epic battle to the end for pretty much every class.
Yes.
In every class, there is challenges to be had. We'll divulge a little bit more information around the points and who's in contention as we go through. However, just a quick update, obviously a little bit late to the piece, so I'll just give you an update that Gunter Rowe took provisional pole over Clark, over Mitchie Haas, over Goddard for what was the Pro-Am hunt there for qualifying, which was just run. We've still got 7 minutes of this qualifying left to run. We have seen Maverick go to the top provisionally up there on a 40.5, but more to mention, Mark Turbot, 15th outright at the moment. He managed to do the business over what was Ben Goebel and Adrian Kramer, the only 3 AMs in this field here for tonight. And interestingly, all 3 of those names in contention for a title shot, or certainly a podium shot. We'll touch a bit more on that for the season 6 here at Rainlight Racing. So, hey, we will touch a little bit more back on that, but I do see that our good men have got the cameras on. Looks like Nick Firth in the 56 McLaren.
Yes.
Davo. So,
Nick Firth.
Obviously, the Deltas are alive. There'll be a reason that you're looking that way, mate. What can you tell me?
Well, looking very healthy on his Delta as he just drops into this final complex, this double left, and we see some action here at Imola every time we call it, J-Man. But yeah, up on his Delta, a little over, probably 4.5 tenths there.
Yeah,
and
down into the Ravasa.
That'll make him quite a few positions, actually. Pops him into the top 10 provisionally. So nice work from Nick there.
Yeah, good job there. And obviously, Will Dixon,
one of the major sponsors, and we will mention the sponsors, actually. We must thank SIMBLACKS, obviously CrossCut Woodworks, True to Life Racing Designs, HENDO, and Crossy 43 for all their support. But Will Dixon driving the CrossCut Woodworks car. Now, very speedy last week as well in that car, J-Man. So, yeah, good to see Will Dixon out there in provisional pole position.
Yeah, so
at the moment.
As we spoke, we obviously saw Mav up the top on a 40.580. Webley eclipsed that with a 40.575. But then Will Dixon, so Dixie in there in the 997 Aston Martin, in there with a 40.4, so very, very quick times.
He's left the best to last, hasn't he? Like we've been calling CrossCut Woodworks all series, and this car sort of hovers around that mid-pack, doesn't it, J-Man? We saw him a little bit higher last week, but beautiful looking Aston Martin. And you really saving the best to last here is Will Dixon, and rounding the final corner for another run across the line. We still do have over 4.5 minutes left to go before the end of qualifying. So plenty of movers and shakers probably yet to come. Now, you did touch on some battles throughout the field. Obviously, we got the Webley Mav battle for first and second. We've also got the Costas Makalos Shane Frodo battle for third and fourth. So plenty going on. We got Makalos.
I'll touch on some numbers when we get a moment shortly. Obviously, we have got a 90-minute super sprint coming up, so potential for a little bit of chit chat around that. But hey, just looking at that, interesting on the numbers, that Aston Martin tonight, -3 kilos on the VOP. versus the Mustang plus 12 kilos. Negative 20 on the Honda. It's kind of a common theme we're seeing for the Honda. Really gets a little bit of benefit. But and then the other one for me would have been that BMW was obviously quite a good car here, because Matthew Clark's BMW, I think, has been ballasted to something like, what's that, +7, I think, somewhere around there. So, yeah, +17 for Fotodos, McLaren, and the rest of the McLarens out there. So, BOP well at work here, and I did pick up that the Aston Martins did have the outright top speed here tonight, so that's something a little different tonight. We'd commonly call the Mustang having the top speed on most tracks throughout the season, but it is the Collins car. So that's okay. So that's Ben Collins' car, 271k an hour. He does hold the highest top speed here already, so that's
in one of the Astons.
Yeah. So
pretty handy there, J-Man. You know, look, in a fairly good sized front straight there, isn't it, here at Imola? So they do have a chance to stretch the legs a little in these cars. So yeah, good to see. Cameras on Hendo at the moment.
Hendo doing a good job.
Also in an Aston, provisionally 4th at the moment. So nice work from Henderson. Again, one of the major sponsors here tonight. We will thank again SIMBLACKS for all their support throughout the series. These guys are going to give away a bloody SimMagic GT Neo wheel on Wednesday night with Crossy on Twitch, so stay tuned for that. But look, we've got to thank CrossCut Woodworks and Hendo, obviously, for, you know, like giving away these $50 Prezi cards every round this season so far, J-Man. And again tonight we'll be spinning the wheel for one of those $50 gift cards. So we must thank CrossCut Woodworks and Hendo, both at Aston tonight. So isn't that apt? And they're going quick, so they're right up at the 40 end. So
he's done with it. The only one that's close as he heads down into, where is he coming down into the Ravazza now, is actually Webley, and he was slightly up. Looks like he might be slightly down, so be dependent on this exit. No, he's probably not going to improve here.
Biggest gain I think I've got at the moment, we got cameras on one of the other, funny enough, official sponsored cars, which is a SimBlack car, the number 43 Honda of Steve Crossland, up on his delta slightly. But Matty Dayton, who's in provisional 13th at the moment, was showing some good foot. Look at Crossland through those last complex of corners. He went from about a hundredth of a second to 2.5 tenths. Watch him run across the line here.
Yeah, this is significant.
Doesn't make a gain. So obviously Dayton with a bit of a gain on him there as well. So plenty going on. Dayton just across the line before Crossland bettered his time. Crossland, no gain, and still 13th and 14th respectively for those two boys there. But look, the major sponsors are getting their money tonight, aren't they, J-Man? We got the couple of Astons of Dixon and CrossCut Woodworks up to Porty End, and obviously Crossland with a revised setup in that Honda, I must say, over the last couple of weeks, and is really...
Dixie on the improve. Maybe by the smallest margin. No, he's just dumped it out the final corner by the look of it. He's going to go perilously close to the 40.477 that he just ran. What does he come across with? No, he backs out of it. It was going to be more or less the same. 40.5. Okay, his best was a 40.477. Banks a 40.522, the last one. So very, very good lap.
Dayton, J-Man. Dayton, we've just been calling Dayton and Crossland just in the last few minutes. The clock has wound down to 0. Dayton, looks like Crossy's put it away. But Dayton here...
This could go P7.
Oh, this could easily just maybe even pip Firth. And he's pulled it up, J-Man.
Yep.
So we're all done and dusted now. for qualifying here.
Well done, Dixie. That would be his
top
season
effort.
best qualifying.
Absolutely. He'll be stoked with that. That'll pump him up for tonight's race here. 90-minute race, J-Man, here for round 10 at Imola. We will again, we've mentioned it plenty of times already because the sponsored cars are really showing up on our deltas. But we're going to thank again SIMBLACKS, of course, CROSSCUT Woodworks, HENDO, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43, and obviously MATCHFIT Entertainment for bringing you the live broadcast and commentary tonight. Few techie issues early on, so a bit of a late stream here tonight. But look, at the end of the night, we're giving away another $50 Prezi card. Thank you to CROSSCUT Woodworks and HENDO. And then on Wednesday, tune in, ladies and gentlemen, tune in to Crossy's Twitch for not only the Sim Magic GT Neo wheel, but they are giving away a couple of mystery prizes. It's a mystery to us as well, J-Man. We don't even know the details. We know 2 Aussies and 2 NZ boys are going to get something special on Wednesday, so stay tuned. We're going to have, I think Crossy's going to do an interview with Stefan as well from SIMBLACKS. And again, we got to thank Stefan and SIMBLACKS for coming on board for this series. So awesome stuff for those boys. J-Man, do we want to talk points? It's all happening very quickly here tonight. It's going to run down to the wire, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. If you want to, certainly if you want to flick to it, there's some really interesting stuff going on in the points.
Let's make it quick.
Even based on what we're seeing there with the qualifying is quite relevant. So obviously looking at that point structure, Webley effectively coming out of round 9 appears to be on the top. However, I can tell you he does have to give away 30 points to drop his worst round. So that would see him drop back to 468 over what is Phil Antoon's legitimate 495 on countback. That would see a points difference there in favour of Maverick. But the real good battle that's going on now as well in behind is Costas Makrolos and Shane Fodado. So 6-point game there to see who makes up the podium, Costas or Shane. So interesting to see that Shane with the better qualifying in that one there, I believe, in the end. So where did Fodado 5th and Costas 15th, I think, was somewhere around like that. So,
yeah, Costas struggling in the Ferrari, J-Man.
Yeah, so that's an interesting battle going on. Now, in the Pro-Am category, Gunther Rowe...
owning it at the moment.
243 over 239 over Mitchie Haas would be a 4-point game there. And then Tony Spence around about 86 points behind. So it's a battle on between Gunther Rowe and Mitchie Haas for honours for Pro-Am class. And then also Mark Turbot has about a 27-point advantage over Adrian Kramer on countback as well, because both those guys are legitimately in there on countback with the number. And then the next guy is Ben Goebel, who is in the series tonight, and he's a further 29 points back from Adrian Kramer. So barring disaster, that might stay the same, but anything could happen. Ineffectively, what is a 90-minute race here? They call it a super sprint. I'm not sure how much sprinting they'll do for 90 minutes, but it will be hectic. So
it will be, particularly around Imola, J-Man. And look, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the MATCHFIT abacus flicking tonight as we try and crunch the numbers throughout this 90 minutes and just try and not only keep you guys up to date, but get our own heads around what is going on and how it's going to shake out at the end of the night. And who the congratulations are going to go to, J-Man. And that is what it's all about. It is round 10. It is the Rainlight Racing 2024 GT3 Series 6. And we are at Imola. The boys sitting on the grid. I'm sure there's some nerves here, J-Man, particularly from the top 4 in the championship at the moment.
Yeah, so yeah, this will be critical stuff. Obviously, Dixie's done a good job to put that thing up the top, but can you imagine Webley's going to try and want to step out and try and put himself, or put Dixon in between him and Maverick. He'll need to do a bit more than that. But anyway, it'll be a good battle up the top, and there's a car off the back of the grid that we've seen from time to time. We haven't seen it this season, but the 27 car of Chris Curley on the grid. So it'll be interesting to see how far Curley makes it through the grid.
Now, look, anybody that's tuned into our stream previously, particularly at Rainlow Racing, we know how quick this guy is. And look, one car definitely to watch, J-Man, as the boys roll away for their formation lap.
Dawson from the pit lane.
Dawson from the pit lane. Okay, that's unfortunate. Curley now picking up that back spot on the grid for this round 10 at Imola for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series. J-Man, oh, this is going to be an interesting start for Dixon. Not used to being out the front, to be honest. He's got Webley, Mav, Hendo. We saw Hendo at Spa, super fast. So, and the likes of Furtado, Rowe, Clark, Haas, Nick, Firth, and Goddard rounding out the top 10. So he's got some formidable competitors to deal with in the opening laps of this 90-minute race here. I'm sure that the nerves and the tension is running hot in that Dixon car at the moment, J-Man, that CrossCut Woodworks car.
Yeah, absolutely. So that will be a good battle. The chat is alive. I love to see it. The boys talking about Curley getting up there. And
the Catamunch, talk about Catamunch and pigeons.
Yeah,
hey?
So
like seriously, he could really upset this this championship battle, couldn't he?
Absolutely. Yep. So we know the pace of the man, so we'll see how far he can get up. Obviously, it gets harder the further up you get.
But Curley, always a class act, J-Man, and definitely one to watch. Haas been a bit up and down the last few weeks. It'd be interesting to see how he... Gunther Rowe with some amazing form over the past few weeks, so definitely interesting to see how it goes. But we got Rowe, Clark, and Haas, all Pro-Am drivers, and Goddard, mind you, in the top 10 as the boys just roll through the chicane at the top of the hill. A little bit of tyre warming going on there from the number 3 Honda of Mav, aka Phil Antoon. So as they start to form up, we will be going green anytime soon. This is going to be a cracker, J-Man. Look, I don't mind Imola. I know it's not a favourite of quite a few of these boys. But yeah, look, I think this is going to be awesome. Always great to call. And who's your money on?
So I feel like, to be honest, I feel like probably Maverick's got to be right up there. He'll know what's required. But Webley's going to push hard tonight. Webley will push very, very hard tonight. He can't come second best. He's got to go out there and try and grab this thing and take it. And, you know, how much strategy is involved with the 90, I think there'll be a little bit in it.
No, I think so. As we will just thank everybody for joining us again. Please hit the like and subscribe, guys. We've got a green light. It's Rainlight Racing 2024 GT3 Series 6 round 10. And look at the jump from Mav around the outside of Webley. Webley, should I say, around the outside of Dixon. Yep. And Mav just tucking in behind, so a bit of a position change straight away. Furtado over Rowe, or a little bit of exchange there, and Haas and Firth in the background. Good orderly start there, J-Man, through the first chicane.
Yeah, very good start.
Very difficult. There's a couple of really technical corners here right in the early part of this race here with a fairly full grid here at 24. So the guys just negotiating it well. Spence down in 19th. Watch that name as well. Turbot back a couple of positions.
Yeah, Wadsworth with a good start. Also, Cooley with a good start. Cooley already up to P16 within 3 corners. So he got a great start. Picked the pocket of a couple guys at a nice spot there early after the first chicane. So got the car lined up beautifully. But
definitely. But the jump from Webley on Dixon immediately. Webley knew he had to get Dixon early. Dixon getting high up on the curbs. Mav probably just biding his time. Hendo is going to probably make him rethink that, because we're coming down to the final couple of corners of the first lap, and Hendo putting pressure on Mav already. J-Man followed in fifth.
This will be important, you know, to see how Hendo gets out of the Ravasa and tucks up in behind Mav for the front straight. He wasn't close enough this time, but we know that there's a good 5-6 km/h difference between the Aston and the Honda, but he was certainly nowhere near close enough to mount any sort of attack that time around. So who have we got? It looks like...
So plenty going on. We got Firth back on Goddard. Goddard getting a position there. Also Crossland on Dayton, J-Man. So some movers and shakers early, but very orderly start. Very tidy stuff from these boys here at Round Light Racing, J-Man, as we are quite often used to seeing. And it looks like Crossland looking for a move on Firth on the outside, around the left-hander before they run up the hill. Dayton just tucked in behind there.
Well, that's Cooley coming. He was just rounding up Ashton Hughes on the outside, coming out of the Tosa there. And he's still on the outside, but he's going to sweep through.
He's got it done. So he's all over the back of Crossland already. Look, we did call this early in the stream. Cooley could really... Now, Cooley in the Aston can really...
Oh, Hughesy had to back out.
Hughesy, I saw that. Hughesy just...
Aquamarali, he just had to grab the brakes and turn left instead of right. So, good battle here between Datey and Matt Dayton and Steve Crossland. And look at that. Cooley already up to P13.
The cat amongst the pigeons. Cooley being the cat, the black cat tonight, actually.
Dixon really, really close to Webley, coming out at the Ravasa this time around.
Look, Dixon, look, and I don't know how to call Dixon, J-Man. We've seen him a consummate mid-packer all season, although he does carry a pro classification, but we just haven't seen him right up at the pointy end. But here tonight, look, sandwiched between Webley and Mav. I'm not sure which way he's going to go, but he's definitely got Mav's measure at the moment by the looks of it.
Yeah, Cooley just grabbed. Oh, Crossland around. What happened there? Can we get a replay on Steve Crossland?
We can. So Crossland just tucked in behind Nick Firth there through the first chicane. Gets too much curb in the killer Honda. And the SIMBLACKS number 43 Honda of Steve Crossland goes around. He will...
That horrible bounce.
Ouchie wawa, J-Man. He will be kicking himself for that.
So Cooley's making his way through, but I am picking up. So the last time I looked, he was around about 7.5 seconds off the lead of this race. Currently 8 seconds. So albeit as he's moving forward, the leaders are increasing the gap, obviously, with him having to deal with traffic.
Moving away. And like we always say, you know, like the further he goes up through the field, the harder they are to pass. You know, like the likes of Cooley, he'll smash through the first half of the field. But then that progress slows somewhat. But very orderly start here tonight from all the boys. Again. Yeah, definitely. We're just going to pick up into the inside of the, out of the front of Dixon's car. And well on the tail of Webley. Now the Mustangs have been traditionally quick in a straight line, J-Man, but look at this. Dixon all over it in the Aston Martin, J-Man.
Only 1 km/h difference though, 268 that time round for Webley, 269 for...
Oh, Dixon a little bit wide, a little bit of a sand, wheel in the sand there. Deals with it, probably lost a car length or two.
Cooley lining up
on Firthy.
Yep. Oh, and who's that? That was Matthew Clark looking at Mitchie Haas. It didn't come together though. It was just up the road a little bit.
So I'm sure Firth will be feeling the pressure. Cooley looking for the outside. Does he go the over-under here or just hold him out on the outside? Firthy's like, you're not going to have any of that, mate. I've got this.
Yeah.
So Firthy holding his ground and up over the top of the hill into this awkward double left-hander here before they run down the hill into even more awkward double right-hander. So tricky stuff here. Plenty of pressure for Firth.
So pretty much status quo up the front. Gunther Rowe doing a good job out of P6, first of the Pro-Ams, and he has got Mitchie Haas next in line, and then Matthew Clark. And who was that? Cooley grabbing Firth out of the chicane.
Forcing the issue with Firth. Just had the overlap on the outside as they tipped into the chicane. Yep. Firth having to yield, but now Firth with Dayton all over the back.
Yeah, beautiful.
And he's got plenty of things. So, yeah, nice work from Cooley and good presence of mind from Firth, actually, too, J-Man, to obviously, with the overlap, leave the door open. So, plenty going on here. Early stage of the race here. We got, well, an hour and 23 minutes odd to go yet.
Collins trying to round up Adrian Kramer here. And Kramer's just got Goebel just in front of him. Now that is a battle that's going on. Obviously not Collins, but certainly Kramer and Goebel battling for the AM class podium.
Yep.
Just which way around it goes. I think Mark Turbot currently in the...
Just Collins nearly throws it away, gets past Kramer and then just nearly bins it. A little bit loose through the first chicane.
This is going to get really busy up the road also for Cooley after dispatching Firth. He has got Goddard, Clark and Haas up in front of him. So that's going to get really busy because it's a melee of cars just up the road. The class of Cooley's certainly going to go to work and try and pick them off. But as you mentioned, the further up you get, the faster the paces, which makes it just a little bit harder to make those passes. But
yep.
Still fastest lap of the race is Will Dixon with a 41.3.
Wow.
So I don't think we've seen the Cooley car fully unleash the full potential of what that car will do in fresh air.
No, definitely not, J-Man. As we just pick up on Clark and I think it's Haas. Yes, it is. So Clark just tucked him in behind Mitchie Haas there and shown some good form. Only been around for a few weeks here at Rainlight Racing's, in Rainlight Racing's GT3 series, but yeah, definitely looking for a classification promotion, I would expect. And Cooley on Goddard.
Inside of Goddard. There's the first one.
Makes it happen. These two guys in front of him are actually battling, so it'd be interesting
Clark
to see.
Haas.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he navigates that situation. Oh, it's Clark looking.
Has a big look. Man, this is just slowing them up, so it's just allowed Cooley to range up super quickly. So, pretty high pressure stuff as they come up over the top here and they come through the double lefts through the Piratella and head down to Aqua Minerale, and I think he'll be looking for a move maybe 14-15 on the way out of the Alta Chicane.
It'll be interesting to see whether Cooley runs the same move as he did on. Look at how quick he is out of here.
Yeah.
He gets the overlap on the outside.
Get one on the way in, maybe.
Oh, Clark says, no, my friend. You can just stay right where you are. And the battle ensues.
Yeah, so Cooley showing some good patience too where he needs to. He knows how much speed he's got, but he's showing some good patience now. Collins Goebel, that's going on after Collins got past Kramer, and now he's just trying to size up the Ben Goebel car.
Obviously, and we've also got Goebel and Collins. Yes. But back to the battle at hand here, and it's Cooley looking for a move. So Cooley looking for a move on Clark. Clark has gone into defensive mode, obviously, and backed off the back of House there. Who's trying to take advantage of that?
That's going to be Goddard looking for a move back on Clark. Didn't quite put himself in a position to get that, and now that's allowed I believe, Firth and Dayton to catch back up as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Haas has been able to just get a bit of a run out there. So that definitely split Haas and Clark up there, didn't it? With that bit of pressure. I think Clark really felt the heat from the front of Cooley's
That's a good
there.
battle. Yeah, that's a good battle there, Haas, all the way back to Dayton. And then, obviously, I'm still looking at P13 Costas Makrolos heavily in a battle with the 585 car, Shane Fodderday, for a podium spot in the series, and Shane's up in 5th still. So Shane's doing all he needs to do to try and secure that spot.
Yeah, just keep it on track, isn't it, J-Man? And keep the eyes and the car pointing in the right direction. Notable mention, Haas and Gunther Rose, 6th and 7th respectively, Pro-Am drivers. J-Man, wow, these guys are running hot, aren't they, at the end of the season here?
Yep. Yeah, they are. One thing we haven't talked about, very, very easy to grab a track infringement, limit infringement, effectively in that Alta chicane, turns 14, 15, on the way out of turn 15. That is very, very easy to get a track cut down there. Also, down the bottom of the hill, turns 12, Aqua Minerale, also another spot you can run the car wide and catch a track cut infringement. So, could we see a few DTs beside the names on the totem tonight? Possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly, J-Man, as Cooley wraps up Haas. 101 move there from Cooley.
Yep.
Let's have another quick look at it from the helicam. But yeah, look, Haas really just like, mate, I've got nothing for you, brother. He'll go back to the battle he was having with Clark and Goddard, I suspect. Yep. And that will continue on. Cooley will carry on through the field. I think the next cab off the rank is Gunther Rowe for Cooley. But Dixon...
He is just applying all sorts of pressure. I mean, we've given a lot of airtime at the moment to, obviously, Cooley's progress through. Might actually mention, too, that, I mentioned 7.5 seconds was the first time I looked at that margin to the leader. Then it was 8. Now it's 10.2. So... a lot of work has been done by Cooley to work through. However, the leaders have pulled some margin. And I'll tell you what, Dixon is just doing a stellar job, but equal to the task is Brandon Webley. He's chasing a series title here. He has got his title combatant in 3rd place behind him in Maverick. So Maverick's just sitting there. Maverick would have crunched the numbers, knows what he's got to do. Is a 3rd place enough? Who's got the abacus
is even Dixon going to throw a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons here, but by just putting himself in between these two, or potentially even in front of Webley, just being in between the two of them, could change things. So, look, big shout out to Will Dixon, obviously in the CrossCut Woodworks Carpentry and Joinery car. One of the major sponsors, as is SIMBLACKS, as is HENDO, as is True to Life Racing Designs, and Kodiski 43 in this, the Rainlight Racing 2024 GT3 Series 6, proudly broadcast live to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and J-Man and myself. Hit the like and subscribe, people. Don't go anywhere. Or if you do, just to the fridge, grab another bevy, sit down, get comfortable. There's plenty of racing to go yet. We've got another, what is it? Hour and 15 minutes. Get amongst it.
And the first opportunity that was seen tonight of Cooley in a little bit of fresh air sees him bank the fastest lap of the race on a 40.9. So plenty of pace on that car, as we mentioned.
Definitely.
Drops about a second out of what was that overall margin. But Dixie just doing a super job. And Maverick also, I feel like this is a calculated drive here in the
I think so too.
Car of Maverick. He's just sitting there watching brief.
Yeah.
Just punching the numbers.
Yeah. And a pretty cool operator, old Mav, isn't he, J-Man? We talk to him a lot, obviously, in the hot box. And he's a pretty casual guy. He'll be happy just to run behind these boys. There's a lot of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen. So, and Mav knows that as much as the guys up in front. I think, look, Webley and Mav are the two guys that have got the most to lose. Dixon doesn't. And so Dixon is going to run hot, I think, for the whole race and apply as much pressure as possible. Gunther Rowe on Cooley. Gunther must have made a mistake there. Cooley class pass. We'll just pick up on a replay, J-Man. Into one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Looks like Gunter running deep into one.
He might have pinched the rears just to grab a little bit of grass.
Next cab off the rank for Cooley will be Shane Fodderdo again. This is not their fight, is it, J-Man?
Nah, look,
they got
Shane won't protest this too much.
He won't entertain it, will he? No. Just like, okay, you just go. Look at it. Look at him. Just lets him go.
There's a bigger picture, mate, and the bigger picture's sitting back in P13 at the moment, so Shane doesn't have to worry about that at all. But Cooley is absolutely doing a
amazing job. Yeah.
Understand, based on the chat that I read, did he win that? Did he win a race here recently? I think he did.
Got a funny feeling. Season 5 ended up backing the car across the line. Should have won the race, but didn't. J-Man, if my very poor memory serves me right. But yeah, interesting stuff. Super fast, as we know. That's why he's getting a little bit of airtime, because he's smashing through the field, J-Man. The battle really is Haas, Clark, Goddard at the moment. These guys going at it. It is the mid-pack. It is the top end of the mid-pack. That's where all the action is.
Oh, look at Goddard.
Look at Goddard.
Got right underneath the wing, went to the outside. Can he sweep round here? Yes, he can.
He's got it done on the outside. J-Man Clark giving him a bit of a hurry up on the way out. Let's pick up a replay of that.
A little bit of gizzing.
Just a little bit. We look at that. Goddard. Clark giving him the space, but then going, come on, mate. We got Haas to chase, and that is Nick Firth and Dayton. Tucked him behind. And look how far, look how close together those 4 cars have now become after that little exchange there. And I wonder whether Clark's car is just phasing through its tyres there, maybe a little bit, because Firthy's tucked right up behind him there, and Dayton looks like he's coming with J-Man. So those 5 cars there, that is the battle in this race as we speak.
Yeah, Mav on Dixon as well. Dixon's fallen back to a second behind Webley at the moment. Mav's starting to put the blowtorch to the back of Will's car as well. So
and Cooley on Henderson, should I say?
Yeah, maybe Dixie just made a little mistake there. But this is Aston on Aston. What has Cooley got? Yeah, got a good run, tucked right up into the wing. Already goes to the outside. Looks for a better line coming down the straight. We've seen how dominant he is down here into turn 1.
Hendo's like, you're not taking that line, brother. You are staying right where you should be, and that is behind me. And yeah, look, these last few cars will really test Cooley. He has come from the back 20 positions, nearly 20 positions, J-Man, to put that car where it is at the moment. And Hendo's, look, seriously, should be thinking the same thing as the boys previous. This is not his fight, is it?
No.
His fight is the championship. Oh, did he get a little tap from Cooley there? And finally lets him go. Clark past Goddard as well, J-Man, in the background. So.
Oh, look at that pack, though. Look at it. Clark, Firthy, Goddard, Dayton. Side by side up the hill of Firthy and Goddard.
Yeah. Firthy's just like, no, that's mine. That is mine. Dayton goes, yes, and it's mine as well. Tucks him behind, Firthy.
It's a McLaren fest.
As Clark's just thinking, yes, you guys fight it out. I'll just keep moving towards Haas here and let you guys fight it out. But that 5-way battle there, that's big. That is the mid-pack battle that we got. Mitchie has just running away there now, just leaving those guys behind to fight it out.
Yeah, good battle going on with Gunther Rowe and Shane Fodderdo. That is for top 6.
Yeah, Mavon Dixon as well, a J-Man. So Mav knows Cooley's coming. Look, these guys are racers. These guys know Cooley's not in the championship run, but they still want to win. They don't want to let this guy run past them. And I think Mav just saying, Dixie, come on, let's get moving, guys. We need to keep moving forward. Gunther Rowe also on Fotterdo now, J-Man.
Yeah, he's been plying the heat the last 2 laps. Danny Kim making good inroads too on Costas Makrolos as well. So
yeah,
Danny
interesting.
Working his way forward. So
Definitely.
only half a second separates those 2 cars, and Goebel also with Wadsworth. I think that was Wadsworth that maybe had made it past there. So
yep, Tony Spence in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, that'll be an unscheduled stop. Car's not required officially to stop, but however, 90 minutes, ooh, be tight.
Yeah. Okay, so Danny Kim and Makrolos, Ferrari on Ferrari. We will get back up the pointy end because it is heating up. Mav down the inside of Dixon. He's gone too deep. Dixon, get it together and gets the overlap into the final corner.
Here's a horsepower race now. What's the Aston got over the Honda? Okay, so the Honda's got advantage. Here's the Aston horsepower, though. Can he get it tucked down the inside, or does Maverick go and cover? And they got a car coming out. And he fakes to the outside, back to the inside, back to the outside. I'll tell you, it'll be hard to catch Mav through this next phase of the circuit because he'll be very, very good.
Yeah, and look, literally pulls a car length or 2 after that. So the pressure on Dixon. But big move from Mav. Massive move in the second to last corner there, J-Man.
Do you reckon he's seen Cooley in the mirror?
I guarantee he saw Cooley in the mirror. Like I said, look, they know they've got a bigger game to play, but they are racers. They do want to win, and I don't think Dixon was going fast enough for Mav. So it's just like, okay, let's go. It's time to roll. Gunther Rowe also on the back of Fotterdo. That's not going away anytime soon.
Danny Kim Makrolos too is a great battle. Has been catching my eye for the last 2 laps.
Couple of Ferraris, J-Man. Now, look, is this not a Ferrari track or something? Look, all the Ferraris back in the bottom half of the field. So,
yeah,
interesting to note.
Yep, so he's right with him. A little bit wide, misses the apex down the bottom of Aqua Minerali there, but he's still in touch. What have we got? Cooley's a second, just under, or he's around about a second off the back of Dixon now, so he's pretty much in the fight, just about for a podium already. Webley's got 2.9 over Mav, so he's sort of just trying to check out
as best as possible. Goddard starting to make some ground on Dayton as well. So we've got Goddard, Dayton and Firth, which is 12th, 11th and 10th on Gunther Rowe on Fotterdo. But yeah, the Dayton where was I at? Oh, Firth, Dayton and Goddard, 10th, 11th and 12th respectively, all in McLaren. So groupings between these manufacturers at the moment. We see Makrolos and Kim, 2 Ferraris, Hughes and Turbo, 2 Porsches. So there's definitely car grouping going on this round. Here we are at Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. It is round 10. It is Imola. It is brought to you by SIMBLACKS, CROSSCUT, Woodworks, HENDO, True to Life Racing and Crossy 43, and as always, broadcast live to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and J-Man and myself on the comms. Hit the like and subscribe button, people. Hit it now. And
look at this Cooley Dixie battle, mate. That Aston of Cooley's just goes straight over top of those curbs. Doesn't even look remotely upset.
It's quick.
Maybe big under brakes down here.
Dixon, I think Dixon just moved out of the way there. He just went, yeah, nah, mate. Yeah. I've got nothing.
You go.
I'm quick at my Aston tonight, but I'm not that friggin' quick. So he lets him roll. And he will now be, look, just eyes on Mav and then eyes on Webley. We have still got over an hour to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. If you're going to go anywhere, just get to the fridge, grab another beer, sit down, get comfortable, get relaxed.
Row closer this time.
And
gets
row
the inside
side
line.
by side.
Gets
inside.
It
done. Does he? Yes, he does. Frodo, a little bit unsure of himself there. A little bit of weaving. And look, is that Frodo's battle? Probably not. Interesting stuff in the final round as we see here. These guys really like racing for their relative positions.
Oh, that was so close.
Also, Goddard on Dayton as well, a J-Man in the background. So plenty going on here. Firth and Clark are still at it, as is Goddard and Dayton. But yeah, these guys are really fighting their championship rivals rather than the immediate car.
Kim gets Macrolos.
So Kim finally passed Macrolos.
Yep.
Or have they just exchanged positions, actually? I think Kim might have been in front of Macrolos there earlier.
No.
Oh, and Macrolos very wide there, J-Man. Surely a track infringement for Macrolos there as he runs very wide. So interesting stuff. We've also got Dawson on Kramer. Dawson starting from the pit lane in the Bentley.
Cooley into the pits. And Cooley into the pits at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And that sees him get disqualified. So that was the deal. He wanted to race up the front, prove to us what sort of pace he had, but didn't want to become a part of this championship or affect it. So he's out. So automatically we see it go back to Webley, Maverick, Will Dixon, Nathan Henderson. So everyone up a spot.
He's still thrown that spanner in the cogs, hasn't he? Though he's just like really upset the apple cart throughout the field, and then just go, "No, I'm out, guys. See you later. Have a great race." It's interesting stuff. As we are in car with Pete Dawson at the moment, and who do I want to get at? Cameron. It is Collins blasting past Worcester. And we will pick up on a replay of that because Worcester with nothing in the Mustang over the Aston Martin here. I think he might have backed out of that actually, J-Man. Letting Collins through. Also finally getting a Kramer as well. We'll see if we can pick up a replay of that too. Here we go. Down into one. Dawson forcing the issue.
From pit lane, so he's on a recovery mission here tonight.
Yeah, so nice work. Picked up a few positions along the way, nothing major. But on the march, J-Man, all the same.
Good battle going on here too, Wadsworth, Worcester. That is a good battle in the Pro-Am category. Ooh, super sideways was Wadsworth out at Minerali there.
So after Worcester just letting Collins sail on by.
Dayton, that's a pass just happened.
Okay, let's see if we can pick up on that actually. I wonder what was going on there because that came out of that came out of nowhere there, J-Man. So a little mistake there from Goddard. Allows Dayton pass. I'm working on that. Let's see. Yes, and it is still on. And he takes it back, J-Man.
Yeah, he takes it back. So that's a good battle going on. Rowe hasn't given up. Frodo hasn't given up, chasing down Rowe after Rowe got him. Just
look, look out of those two, who's the more consistent racer? It's a hard pick, isn't it?
No, I'd have to give that. I'd have to give consistency to Frodo. Even on his tough nights, mate, he still delivers. So.
Albeit very sideways, he does deliver.
Yeah. Rose got a ton of pace on the car. He's doing a great job.
And in a really good patch of form at the moment too, mind you. Gumter Road.
Maverick through on Webley.
What?
It's for the lead of the race.
Let's pick up a 30-second on that, J-Man. See if we can pick that up. Here we go. Here it is. So, Mav really quickly get up behind. Oh, Webley out wide at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, down at Minerali there, just sent it too wide on the curb.
No.
Back. Mav with the
Mav
momentum.
Through.
Yep.
So, look, you called it early on, J-Man. Mav running a very measured race here tonight, I think. And really biding his time to when he wants to pounce, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, look, class act, as usual. Dayton,
Goddard, far out.
God, these guys, look at it. Here we go. Get in the heli, boys. Brrr. Watch this. Dayton on Goddard.
Fakes to the inside. Can he do the same move? Send it down the inside. No, he gets out of it.
So these guys,
picks up a lot of curb.
And on the exit there too, so it slows his progress somewhat.
Dawson on the back of Goebel now, trying to make his way through to get inside the 20 now. Is currently P20.
And Fodado on, Fodado and Rowe. I think Rowe made a little mistake there. When I glanced, like literally a couple of seconds ago, the delta was out at about over half a second. Now it is like a quarter of a second, and it is on from Fodado. On Gunther Rowe, we did talk about consistency between these two drivers only moments ago.
Well, he's got to hustle because Mitchie Haas is coming and he's got good pace as well. He was the quickest of those three the last 2 laps in a row.
There you
he's
go.
Quicker than both of them. So.
And he left the Clark, Firth, Goddard, Dayton battle behind him, didn't he? And he's moved right up forward to this battle here. And you can see how far back Clark is now. So Haas, really, he's the mover here, isn't he, J-Man?
Yeah, and also Danny Kim out of P12, Pro-Am, chasing down Matty Dayton out of the Pro class, and George Goddard. And I tell you what, Danny Kim was faster. As I just saw, who was that? Goddard off. It allows Dayton down through.
Oh, no. So we'll just pick up on this Goddard off now. Look, this is where Goddard mixed it up a couple of laps ago and let Dayton through and then forced the issue down into 1 and got it back. Now, there's a replay footage there. It's almost a freaking carbon copy, isn't it, mate, of a few laps ago. And so, look, Goddard making the mistakes, J-Man, and really looking vulnerable. We've got Firth and Clark looking pretty hot at the moment. And this Fodado Rowe battle continues.
Very much so.
Out of the front of Fodado's car, J-Man, and look, do you think, look, and we talk about this, it's round 10, it's the final round of the season. Fodado's nearest competitor is Makalos, he's way back. J-Man, is Fodado just going, look, I'm happy to sit behind Rowe? You know, is Rowe thinking, I'm still racing, you know, I'm going to go as fast as I can and keep Fodado behind me? Who knows? Yeah.
Tell you what, Danny Kim looks the goods here. We talked about maybe the Ferrari not being in the best position here tonight, obviously on this racetrack, but he's making that thing work, and he is chasing down Goddard pretty hard here in the somewhere around the mid phase of this race, close to it.
So plenty of action here for the final round. You would expect some of these guys just to relax a little bit, you know, like with some points. Haas deep there. Has that, look, he's really has lost 5, 6, maybe even 10 car lengths now as he gathers that back together. But, some of these guys might relax a little bit. You know, the likes of Fodado, just looking at Makalos so far back, just going, look, I can chill a little bit here. I know I've got third. It's okay. But no, they races it hard, aren't they, J-Man? And they will continue to push.
Yeah, now look, a few names that I just want to pick up on that obviously not in title contention for class honours. But Nick Firth, with adjusted points after drop round, goes from 309 to 290. Now Firth is currently sitting P9, and this was directly, I guess, in a battle also with that. At the time when I looked at the points, he was in a battle with Hendo and Pete Dawson. Obviously, Pete Dawson starting from pit lane and having to give away 11 points for a drop round sees him drop back to 263 points. and then obviously well down the field. And then the other guy that was in this battle, now he was racing out of the 8th position outright in championship, and we saw him with an unforced error at the start of this race through, I think it was the Villeneuve chicane.
Yes.
Or Tamarillo, I can't remember exactly where it was, but she won't be the, yeah, maybe it was the Tamarillo, was Steve Crossan, and he's down in 22nd. So Firthy doing the best job out of those guys there in relation to his points. So where is Hendo right now on track in relation to Firthy? Okay, Hendo's up the road. So Hendo with a good position. He's trying to chase down Shane in this title hunt. Shane was 348 versus Hendo's 320. So
yeah,
a little bit to be made there. But Henderson is, what is he? He's a couple of spots ahead of Whangarei, so that's going to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously with Gunther Rowe, yeah, just tucked in there, in between him, J-Man. The Haas, Clark, Firth, Dayton, Goddard battle is just changing, ever changing there, with Haas obviously reigning in the back of Shane Frodo's car. Clark now has Firth to deal with. Dayton and Goddard trading places several times over the last few laps, but it continues on. Plenty going on here, and still over 15 minutes to go, J-Man.
Did you see that from Mav there? Did a big fake to the pit lane entry.
Oh,
big fake.
Let's have a look.
So what was that all about? Is he pre-medding?
Oh, yes. I saw that. It's just giving the sneaky, maybe I will, maybe I won't. A little attitude going on there.
A little bit of gamesmanship going on there from Maverick on Wembley. These are your two title contenders.
We love this, J-Man. We love this. Playing each other off. Like, these guys are 1 and 2 in the championship, and it will go down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen.
So Mitchie Haas has got a couple of questions for Shane Frodo.
He has.
We're still just under 52 minutes of this race to run. He is right on him. So what's the call, viewers? What would you do? Do you come in? Do you flick some fuel at these things? Do you take a tyre? What's the ultimate strat here? Or do you just run them out for 90? Are they good for it?
Oh, are they good for it, Joe, man, is the question, isn't it? Also, Goddard on Dayton. We mustn't forget that continues as well. These guys have been going at it, swapped positions a few times, mainly because of Goddard's mistakes. But Dayton, has he settled in front of Goddard now and just going, look, mate, you're going to have a big crack to get past me now. Field relatively spread throughout the rest of them. Like, even Webley, Dixon, Henderson, Rowe, Frodo is got gaps between them, and then down through the bottom, Hughes, Collins, Wadsworth, Turbot, Worcester, Dawson, Goebel.
Goddard, Dayton have had a great battle so far this
Crossland,
race.
Sorry to interrupt. Crossland in the pits, J-Man, in the SIMBLACKS number 43 car. So
yep, Clark in the pits also, mate. So
there you go.
Now we're seeing this pit movement going on.
Now this will definitely shake things up as we see Mitchie Haas starting to really range up on the back of Shane Frodo, and Goddard back at it with Dayton. These two guys.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped. That's just been a constant rhythm.
Hasn't it what?
Yep. So it's a game of millimeters for the 96 car and the 12 car, because they have been at it. Both made their mistakes. I think maybe Goddard a couple more mistakes than Matty Dayton, but
maybe
the car pace to be able to bridge the gap back and come back at him.
Oh, definitely. Oh, look, and hence Goddard sitting in 10th provisionally at the moment over Dayton in 9th, respectively. So nice work from these boys. and they're going on it. They'll be loving this, J-Man, grinning from ear to ear. Look, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I will mention that you have joined us here for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6 here. It is round 10. It's the final round. It's a big deal as Nick Firth goes back a couple of positions there. J-Man will pick up a replay of that.
One of the leaders, but yields to them.
Firth around at the final chicane there at the top of the hill allows Goddard and Dayton to go through. We must thank SIMBLACKS. We must thank CrossCut Woodworks, Hendo, True to Life Racing, Crossing 43 and MATCHFIT Entertainment for bringing you all this live. Hit the like and subscribe button, J-Man, and Nick Firth in the lane. And it looks like a damaged car as well to boot. Goddard and Dayton still at it.
Yeah,
plenty going on.
That still remains. So I'm waiting for one of these guys to blink up the top, Maverick or Webley. It's going to be a bit of a battle on pit road. Pretty calculated couple of jokers. These ones.
Goddard looking for the outside. Really wasn't anything there. These two, jeez. Oh, what a battle, J-Man.
Very much.
Never failed to entertain. Firthy's still in the pits. Do you think he's doing damage as well, J-Man? He did hit that, put that thing into the wall there at the top of the hill in the final chicane. So it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, I'll tell you in a second. He's heading towards, he's about 10 seconds away from what would be a fuel and a tyre stop. No damage repair there, mate. Fuel and a tyre. Maybe the slightest little bit of damage repair. 39 seconds on the jacks.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
The equivalent to Matthew Clark.
Sorry to interrupt. Webley in the pits, J-Man.
Yep.
Plenty going on here, ladies and gentlemen. We're a little over 47 minutes to go. Stick around at the end of the stream. We are still going to give away a $50 Prezi card at the end of the day, thanks to CrossCut Woodworks and Hendo as well. And tune in on Wednesday to Crossy's Twitch stream for an interview with Stefan from SIMBLACKS and the giveaway of the SimMagic GT Neo wheel and a couple of random and mystery prizes that not even J-Man and myself know about. So anything could happen, J-Man, but Webley in the pits now, big deal. We are starting to see the first indicative pit stops now. 32
seconds, very efficient stop for Webley.
I saw that as we just flicked cameras off him. He dropped off the jacks. So is that just fuel, just tyres, J-Man?
Fuel and tyres. Fuel and tyres, mate. Very, very efficient. So does Maverick cover this off? We've seen Mav go out there and run long at times as well and really make bank. So be interested to see what he does here. He showed Webley the fake earlier on and didn't go.
He did.
Webley took the bait. Here comes Maverick. Gets it down to this control speed line, right on the line.
So the exit of this number 3 Honda, Red Bull Honda of Mav, will be one to watch, J-Man. We'll keep a close eye on this. We will flick back to the Goddard Dayton battle while we're waiting.
Will Dixon in the lane also, mate. So he's coming.
Dixon in the... Yeah, well, there you go. And Rowe. Okay. So it's all happening now.
Lead Henderson over Fodado over Haas.
And Goddard and Dayton just sneaking past as well, J-Man. And they are at it. It's Goddard having another go on the outside. And look, he made a meal of it here last time. A little bit of room given by Dayton, but still can't get it done. Slippery from both of them on the exit.
33 seconds for Maverick. That's 1 second slower on the jacks than Brandon Webley. So what does that do? Webley is coming down the front straight. What was the outlap versus inlap like for Maverick? We're about to find out, as I'll just go helicam to try and get a shot on this.
We've got it on stream there, J-Man. Mav's out. And he's got it. He's got it. He's got it. That is Webley's car. Tucked in behind there now.
Yep. Good
stuff. So close stuff from the top runners here, J-Man. Looked like Mav was just trying to rub a little bit of heat into those tyres there. So very good stops on both. Webley a little bit rattled by it. Comes through that little flip-flop there. Nearly run a little bit deep. And Webley's got his work cut out for him now, J-Man.
Oh, who's that? That's Wadsworth and...
Collins.
And Ben Collins, yeah.
So through the final chicane as they run down towards...
Both of them into the pits.
The final complex of corners.
Net gain there. Definite net gain, I feel, on the entry for Goddard.
So Dayton and Goddard both into the pits as we pick up on Wadsworth and Collins. It puts Macrolos and Hughes in front of Dayton and Goddard. Who is just ducked in there? It is Collins into the pits first out of that little battle.
Yep.
So Hendo leading the race provisionally at the moment. Shane Frodeau in behind. Haas, Macrolos, Hughes, Wadsworth, Turbot, Worcester in 8th, Dawson in 9th,
and then the first of the stoppers, Maverick.
First of the stoppers,
Mav. Gunther Rowe gets a stop go 30. So he's infringed into the pit lane.
Oh, and he's back straight in, J-Man, to clear that.
That's going to be music to, I guess, Shane Frodeau's ears, because he'd actually passed Shane out on track earlier in the race and pulled away. So that will give Shane an opportunity to gain that spot back, and also Mitchie Haas will take that as well, based on the numbers I've seen.
So Frodeau yet to stop though, isn't he, J-Man?
Yeah, 100%. All of those guys up in front, effectively, I think you could say from Worcester, Dawson, Turbot, Wadsworth, Hughes, Macrolos, Haas, Frodeau, Henderson definitely haven't stopped to this point. I'll just check on my data. And that would be correct. Although Dawson's saying he has stopped, but that would have been a track. That would have been a track timer counter from when he started in pit row.
Oh, he started in pit row, so yeah, that will mix the data up a little bit, J-Man. So yeah, a fairly spread field at the moment, apart from Crossland on Goble.
Yeah, top 9 haven't stopped, although Wadsworth in the lane as we speak, so top 8. Gunther Rowe, that will seem like an eternity. Clears that 30-second penalty. It's going to put him well down the field. And then he's got Steve Crossland and Ben Goble right in behind him. And this will be for legit position now. So
it will be. It will be. And the battle is on. Crossy probably kicking himself from a little bit of an unforced area there in the first chicane earlier in the race, and will be wanting to make amends. J-Man. Wadsworth also in the pits as we speak. So Gunther Rowe, plenty to think about.
So only a couple of positions separate Shane Frodeau and Costas Macrolos at the moment. However, 28.2 seconds. Hang on, it's probably not that. It's around 30. No, it's actually probably around about 18 to 19 seconds, the difference between those two out on track. But that'll be enough. Frodeau won't have to do, and there's a lot of cars going to separate in between them post pit stops once this all shakes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where everybody lands. Plenty of blue flags are waving. Guys will be very conscious of that. But a fairly spread field at the moment. Obviously, with the pit stops, we're going through that whole pit stop phase, middle of the race. And we'll be just interested to see where this all equalises after.
Yep. So Maverick now coming down the front straight. Webley in tow. And still Hendo, Fodado and Co. play on. Still out there circulating. They have decided to take their official, well, not official, but they're very much required when they needed pit stop. Now, Danny Kim is just up the road in front of Hendo. We saw Hendo, Danny Kim, sorry, in a battle with Goddard and Dayton. Now, they sort of checked out on him a little bit. And actually, that Dayton-Goddard battle that's been such a good one for the better portion of this race, Davo, has got a 4.6 second separation on it now. So
we'll just get out of the back of Pete Dawson's car at the moment, J-Man, because he has the next car back from him. We've got an out of position car behind him, but he's got Mav and Webley behind him. So he's actually racing for position. The car behind him will get a blue flag.
This plays into Webley's hands, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Oh,
big slip from Webley, from Maverick there.
Yep. And then a definite track limit infringement, I feel, from Webley coming out of that chicane.
Oh, yeah. So both with errors there as they start to range up on some black traffic here. Across the start finish line any moment here as this lap vehicle just allows these guys to slip through. Mav over Webley.
Webley closes under brakes.
Oh, Webley looked quick.
Yeah.
He did look quick, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's just missed the brake mark there. It cost him. Who was that? That's Ashton Hughes tucked in behind Costas Macrolos. So he's doing a good job tonight in the Porsche. Quietly, under the radar, just working away.
Yep.
And I almost commentator cursed him down through Aqua Minerale there because he left a couple of big 11s out of the exit there.
Firth and Kim, J-Man, with... We got some movers, some shakers here actually. Worcester going back somewhat.
He's in the pits. He's in the pits.
And Firthy. Around Kim. And he's overshot it.
He's going to lose that spot.
So makes it happen on the outside. Do the kink on the start-finish straight across the start-finish line. And then just overcooks it into the braking area. Runs deep.
Mitchie Haas in the lane for his...
Kim back pass.
Tires.
Okay, so Rose back out on Kramer at the moment, J-Man.
Oh,
another
Ken
close battle.
Disqualified. I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh,
he's been
really
given the big black flag. Trying to get a read on this Mitchie Haas time because this is pretty important in this grand scheme of things with, I think, Shane Fodado. So 35 seconds on the jack stationary.
So
Fodado be looking for a 32 to 33.
Mav past Dawson in T1 and then getting out of it, Dawson actually getting out of it to allow Webley past in the very next little sector of the track. So Dawson knows that's not his fight. Clark past Haas as well, J-Man. So that's interesting.
I don't know where the Shane Fodado goes here. No, he doesn't.
And Firth back past Kim. So, yeah, interesting stuff.
That happened pretty quickly.
It did after a little bit of mistake from Firthy there. Is that Spence?
Tony Spence, yeah, in the
he's
background.
Tucked up behind him, and
that is for position 2.
So these three going at it.
Now, I believe that's Maverick just coming up and behind Crosslin as well, mate. So
I think the next car on his list is Hughes. So, but he's like for position, but yeah. So that is the 43 SIMBLACKS Honda So same marker car there. Dawson with Turbot in front of him. And the power of the Bentley on the Porsche. Down into 1. Dawson keeps it clean. Turbot pushing hard. Very tidy from both of them.
So these guys here, Davo, that you're talking about, both unstopped.
Unstopped, yeah.
Yeah, Turbot and Dawson both unstopped, and then obviously going further from that, you've got Hughesy, Macrolos, Fotado, Henderson unstopped as well. So still a good 6 or 7 cars in the field to make a stop. So just looking at Hendo there, doing a good job out in front, banking some good solid low 42s.
He needs to, doesn't he, J-Man?
Yep.
To make it work.
Dawson starting to put some good pressure on Turbot because he'll know that this car is legitimately up in front, unstopped. They're going to trundle the pit lane together or close to it and then carry on to battle. It'll be interesting to see here where they fall out. I mentioned Dawson starting from pit lane, and I think the last time I saw him on legitimate pace.
Turbot with a tyre on the sand there, J-Man.
Yeah.
They roll around for another lap though, but you're correct there. As we see Aston.
Who's that? Dixon on
Aston into the pits there, J-Man.
Yep. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? That was a bit awkward in the pit lane.
Was that with Aston?
Yeah, just very, very sideways off the jacks. Car dropped and got incredibly sideways. So hoping there's no post-pit stop penalty there, but that looked really, really awkward. So
Hughes, awkward pit stop, rolling out now.
Right, he's
J-Man. Dawson, Turbot. Dawson wrapping up Turbot there, down the start, finish straight, and moving forward fairly quickly there too in the Bentley. Dawson starting from the pit lane tonight. We've got Dayton on, I think that's Hughes. Hughes just out of the pit lane.
Yeah, good battle for class honours too. Adrian Kramer, Ben Goebel going at it, P21, P22. This is pretty important stuff for the shakeout of this AM title. I mentioned that Turbot, Kramer and Goebel all in the hunt, so only the 3 AMs on track. And okay, so that's Hewley saying Hendo's got a good shot at winning this. Yeah, on what strategy do you think there, Mr. Cooley? What does he do? Is he getting, the longer he goes, the less fuel he's got to put in? Does he make this tyre go the whole way and go for a splash and dash? What's the deal? What's the strategy on a race like this?
Yes, what makes you think that, Mr. Chris Cooley? In the chat box here, J-Man, we have Dayton on Hughes at the moment. Hughes only just leaving the pit.
Yeah, so there you have it.
That is the battle.
Yeah, look, Cooley out of the winning team at the WR 12-hour Enduro over the weekend, coming in with the prediction of he only needs around 30 litres or so. So splash and dash, leave those tyres on it, send it home. What's his lap times like? Last lap time round was a 42.5, so margin of 6.5 over Fotado, but more importantly, 21.7 seconds over Maverick. 10-second stop instead of a 30. What does that create the total transit time though for pit lane? Do some rough calculations here. Ooh, okay, so a 33-second stop sees you go through pits in 1:15. That was Maverick. So if he grabs 10 seconds, ooh, she'll still be tight. Yeah, still be tight for sure. He just needs to keep pressing on. Obviously, the longer he can go, the quicker the stop in relation to fuel. So Hendo doing a good job here. Fododo in the lane, I think you may have mentioned, but he's on actually on his way out. Now, this is pretty important.
Sorry, just to interrupt there, J-Man. We just picked up on a replay there of Dayton into, yes.
Who was that into? Hughesy or Tubok?
Back at Hughesy there. Hughesy, and so Hughesy carries on unscathed. A little bit of damage on the back of the Porsche, but yeah, now Dayton with some time to regain.
Okay, I'm trying to see what the margins are now. Obviously, Fododo come back out of the pits, and he's in a battle with Costas Makrolos for a podium in this title fight. Now, Makrolos running out of P2 provisionally at the moment. Is he looking as well to try and nurture those Ferrari tyres? Go for a splash and dash. What was Fododo's pit transition time?
Okay, Dixon and Fododo, J-Man. Dixon and Fododo on the outside there. Oh, amazing pass from Dixon there.
Yeah, Fododo recycled the tyres, took 12 seconds of fuel. So, Fododo on an old tyre. So, maybe he thought Makrolos might do the splash and dash, so he's tried to cover that off.
So, nice work from both drivers there, Dixon and Fododo, as they start to chase down Dawson now, J-Man. So, Dixon particularly, great move on Fododo in the CrossCut Woodworks Aston Martin. And like I mentioned, Dawson, the next. Dawson hasn't pitted, has he, J-Man?
No, he hasn't, and that's what I've been engaged in a little bit of conversation with Cooley about. You know, look, we saw Fododo just take 12 seconds of fuel. Cooley seems to think that maybe Hendo might be somewhere around that 10 seconds of fuel.
Yep.
What that looks like as far as transition time, I can tell you that 12 seconds of fuel for Fododo was a 55 second transition time through the lane. So that's stopping and going through. So you could probably look at somewhere around about 53 seconds for Hendo in a perfect world. And he is around 32, 42, 50. Well, it's tight. It's probably still just in the favor of Maverick at the moment by about 2 to 3 seconds. But what he will do,
it's close though, J-Man.
He will almost split Webley and Mav. If not, he will definitely split Webley and Dixon. So he could go comfortably top 4 on the current strategy, maybe 3rd.
So definitely a battle to watch there as we look out of the back of Dawson's car as a Dixon in the CrossCut Woodworks Aston Martin ranges up behind him, really starting to put the pressure on now. We've also got Dayton and Hughes at it in the background again. Dayton with a little bit of a mistake there, just tagging the back of Hughes's Porsche.
Wadsworth and Spence too, mate.
Oh, look, I suspect that won't happen again. And Wadsworth and Spence sideways. Gives Wadsworth that little sniff in the Ferrari. As they come out of the bottom of the hill there and up towards the final chicane here. That's Kim in the foreground.
Yeah, I was going to say that's Kim up there.
We'll get back to Dixon Dawson here, J-Man, because this is heating up. Oh, there it is. Dawson gets out of it. Knows that's not his fight.
Yeah.
Backs way out of it. Lets Dixie pass.
Dayton Hughes still going on too, mate. So you're still trying to get that done. So Hughesy obviously did a pretty good job in the pit stops. So get a read on that.
So Dayton's swapped out Goddard for Hughes when it comes to race partners, hasn't he? You know,
yeah, funnily enough, we talk about sometimes the Porsche getting a second wind on its tyres.
It does.
Hughesy goes in with an 18-second stop, so that'll be a fuel stop, no tyres. Dayton in for a 32-second stop, so that would have been fuel tyres covering off the fuel. So he's on a better tyre. Just hasn't got track position.
Yeah, which is ever important on pretty well any track, but some more than others. Imola possibly be one of them, especially around the back section of the track. Not a lot of room to pass. Other than the start-finish straight as Dayton chases down the back of Hughes's Porsche. You can see, he can already see this, the front of the McLaren stamp on the back of that Porsche as they run up into this back chicane here. Awkward stuff. But yeah, there's definitely a McLaren size stamp on the back of that Porsche at the moment after a little bit of a faux pas a couple of laps ago. But he's gained it all back, J-Man, and he is back at it. I think he'll make
right
it. Look, if he's going to make it stick, he's going to make it stick this time. But he's got some work to do because Ashton, look, a good little patch of form at the moment in the Porsche. Nice work. Who is tucked in behind those boys? Firthy and Kim. They're at it. A little bit of a gap between them, though. But here he goes. It's Dayton.
Who's that?
Who is that, J-Man?
Okay,
you tell me.
It's Spence, Wadsworth, and Collins in a battle.
Oh, Hughesy. A little bit slippery out of the first chicane there. But Collins, Wadsworth, going at it.
Yeah, look. Maverick, I think is doing enough to bridge that gap to Hendo now on the better tyre.
Oh, so Dayton passed. I'll just see if we can pick that up on a replay, J-Man.
Yeah. Pretty easy.
So out of the first chicane, down into the second complex corner, this little awkward little flip-flop before they do the hairpin and run up the hill there. Dayton looking very hungry. Yeah. And drops it down the inside. Oh, Ashton a little bit deep in the Porsche and just opens the door for Dayton and easily passed.
Yeah, he just didn't get it down on the apex up as they tipped it into the Tosa turn 7, and it's a pretty important corner because of the big acceleration zone all the way up the hill there, up through 8 and then into 9 to Bertella. So,
and there's really nowhere to pass at the top of the hill either. So you want to be in front, don't you? You know, like as they run up that hill and just cover your line a little bit there. Wadsworth, like
still
you mentioned, yep. Wadsworth on Spence. Wadsworth looking pretty speedy. Now, we called Wadsworth pre-race practice. He was cutting way better times than even the legend Costas Makrolos. So, very handy at the wheel tonight. Looks like Costas. We got Hendo in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, Hendo in the pits. Sorry, I was just picking up on Webley rounding up what was Gunther Rowe. Now, Hendo's stop should be pretty quick. 10 seconds, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So
Wadsworth.
it's probably about 5 longer than maybe Cooley predicted.
There you
so
go.
This might see him come out between Dixie and Fodderdo, I think, somewhere around there.
I can't just get away from this Spence-Wadsworth battle, but let's get a load of where we are at. Hendo back a position from Webley and Mav. Makalos obviously staying out.
Yeah, Hendo's covered off Dixie, mate. He is covered off Dixie, so this is effectively provisionally looking like a podium because Makrolos still got to make his stop. He's got Maverick just rounding him up. So that's a solid effort for Hendo so far. So who was that?
Collins, Spence, Wadsworth.
Yep.
It's all happening. And Makrolos down a position to Mav as well. He's let that go, J-Man.
Yep.
In the background. He knows that's not his fight.
Well, you'll see Makrolos in shortly, I think, for a splash and dash.
You would expect so. Under 20 minutes to go now, ladies and gentlemen, for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. Here, proudly brought to you by SIMBLACKS, CROSSCUT Woodworks, HENDO, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43, and as always, broadcast to you live by MATCHFIT Entertainment and on the mics.
Who was that? Was that Goble?
As usual, it is J-Man just there interrupting me. And
Sorry, mate.
myself, Davo, here. Hit the like and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. You know you want to. Grab a beer, because there's plenty of racing to go. It's 20 minutes to go yet here in this 90-minute race. It is round 10. We are at Imola. There's plenty to play for. Webley now starting to range up on the back of Macrolos. Macrolos pretty well out of position, J-Man, isn't he?
Yeah, and look, crunching the numbers, he is going to go a fair way back. The field post pit stops, if you look down through the doubters, it is pretty tight. We are seeing, we look at only half a second back to Webley. Obviously 10 seconds back to Hendo as Webley just rounds up Macrolos there at the Tosa.
So, Spence looking for a big move on Wadsworth there.
Yeah.
And through the final chicane at the top of the hill there. And running down now, very close.
Doing a great job under brakes down the hill. Always such a hard place to pull the car up into the Ravazza.
It's interesting, isn't it? It sort of begs you for more, but when you get down there, it just doesn't deliver. So it's a tough corner. Goble on Kramer, but look, the battle really is the Wadsworth-Spence-Collins battle at the moment.
So who's that? Dixon right on Henderson now. So we talked about the potential for this. Obviously, Dixie, he took a tyre. Hendo didn't. So this is tyre versus a fuel strategy. Same manufacturer.
Oh, Spence around the outside through the flip-flop.
Yep.
Oh, does he make it stick? No, he doesn't.
No.
It's put.
Collins.
It's put him off. Oh, and there we got contact. Spence around. Let's get a replay of that.
Oh, he just
puts Wadsworth offline.
Yep.
And then shuts the door here into the hairpin. Wadsworth with a slight tag on the rear quarter. And they're around. So Turbot pass Spence as well. Unfortunate situation there. J-Man.
Yep.
We've got Dawson in the pits. As expected. Mav leading the race. Webley in second. Macrolos unpitted, tucked in behind him there. Hendo in fourth. Dixon in
Dixon
fifth.
right up and behind him, mate.
Oh, look.
On that pressure tyre.
This is the fight, I think, to the end of the race here with a little over 16 minutes to go. Dixon, headlights ablaze. He's on it. He wants it. He knows the car's quick. Hendo's been quick the last couple of weeks. Oh, it's on.
He's just got the better edge grip as well. You could see as they came out of there.
Keeping it tidy, Dixon.
Very
tidy.
Mitchie Haas starting to mount an attack on Matthew Clark as well. So Mitchie Haas had a heap of pace on tonight. He was tagged onto the back of Fodordo in that opening stint pretty well. So
Hendo
Fodordo got a little bit of margin.
Yeah, so this is the battle, J-Man.
Yeah, it is very much the battle. Aston on Aston. Hendo 31 over the CROSSCUT Woodworks. Will Dixon. So a couple of big key sponsors out there going to battle.
There is some big sponsors going at it here for the minor placings, J-Man. So
yeah,
plenty of action.
Hey, this will be a podium, mate. This will be a podium. So it'll be which sponsor gets to come and have a chat.
Well, that's right. Look, Macrolos has got a pit. So one of these two is going to hit the podium, and they are going to be in the hot box.
Yeah, they know it too. They will be well aware of the current position they're in.
Oh, Dixon looking so fast tonight, J-Man. I mean, I know Hendo's been quick the last couple of weeks. Maybe not so much last week. Hendo wide again.
Is this it?
He's opened the door. And Dixon pass. Has he got it together? He pulls the thing up beautifully.
Hendo with the better run. Hendo with the better run out of Aqua Minerale. Is he going to grab this
overlap?
Back? Yep.
This is not over yet. Oh.
Still overlap. Oh, he managed to get the power down.
Wow. That is as close as it gets, ladies and gentlemen.
Was that all about the fresher tyre on the way out there?
Whew. That's tight stuff, that is.
Very, very good stuff. And in the back a shot too. Obviously a long, well, not a long way back, but a fair way back. Haas really starting to pressure Clark too. So be interesting to see over the next sort of 2-3 laps what Dixie can do with that fresh air in front of him.
And also Firth on Hughes, J-Man, if you look a little bit further back as well. So Firthy, look, chasing.
Ooh, butchered the chicane there.
I think both of them did a little bit. Maybe Firth more than Hughes, obviously, because Hughes runs away and puts 20-odd car lengths on Firth. But both of them a little bit awkward into that little chicane there. Haas on Clark, J-Man, like you mentioned.
Yeah, it's been a good battle.
So Mitchy Haas, look, really has been a bit of a... Well, both of these guys, quite achievers tonight. Been in their own battles, you know, rightfully so. But, you know, like, really haven't been in the action. Not a lot of air time. But look where they are, both sitting solidly in the top 10. And as we wind down, a little under 13 minutes to go, that battle is looking to ramp up, I would suspect.
So, Macrolos still doing a great job out there. Hasn't stopped. Just under 13 minutes to go. How far can he go?
How far can he go? We know the Ferrari's really good on its fuel, but on the tyres, can it manage the tyre?
Yeah, I mean, he's still running last lap round 42.7, so you couldn't imagine he's fuel saving, and he's not. Here he goes in the lane. This will be somewhere 10 or better on the fuel seconds. We'll get a read on it, and we'll see how far he falls back. We saw him somewhere around that 13th spot prior to these pit stops.
As Dixon and Henderson slip past, as does Fodado, J-Man in quick succession. I'm sure we'll see Clark, Huss, and Goddard, Dayton, Hughes, quite possibly, like you mentioned, slip past as well. As we just see Clark, Haas in tow.
11, 12 seconds on the fuel, mate.
Goddard, Dayton. It's actually Goddard by himself with the lap car in front of him.
Yeah.
Macrolos rolling out of the pit lane as we speak. Who is the next cab off the rank?
Dayton.
There's Dayton's car as he just sneaks past.
Yeah, Hughes and Firthy coming, but they are a little bit further back, so Macrolos is going to come out in front of them. In behind Dayton, in front of Hughesy. So sees him go top 10.
And the first Hughes battle is just ramping up as we wind down here.
Yep.
Firthy with a couple of little niggly unforced errors creeping into his race here.
Yep.
And obviously as we wind down here, we try to address that and just stay focused, won't he? And really start to apply some pressure. I'm sure he would love a top 10. I don't think he's got Macalos's measure, but he's definitely, you know, like got some pace on Hughes at the moment.
Yeah, what have they got up the road? Around about 3.8 to 4 seconds. So I think Firthy has got a tyre on board over Macalos's, who doesn't, but it might be a little bit late in the piece for that. So
yeah, as you can see in the foreground, J-Man, yeah, it will be interesting to see as we see in the foreground there, Macalos, yeah, just sneaking past. But look, again, Firth really awkward through the chicane, so not really dealing with that final chicane there. Haas and Clark very close as well, J-Man, and I think as we've only got a little under 10 minutes to go, Haas really making that final lunge towards Clark. Clark clearly Very quick. Only been around for a couple of weeks here at Rainlight Racing in their GT3 series.
Yep.
But also Haas and Clark doing a stellar job in the Pro-Am series.
Yeah,
and
they'd be your two closest cars out on track at the moment. So between them and Firthy and Hughes.
Firthy and Hughes, yep.
Yeah, they are the two closest battles we've got going on at the moment. Dixie's managed to put a couple of seconds on Hendo since making that pass. So that's just the tyre just phasing in at the back end of the race. It's obviously just going to compound and get worse and worse for Hendo. However, 42.4 last lap round. It was a track cut lap, but
yeah, definitely is. We just see Nick Firth run past Hughes. Hughes with a little mistake.
Yeah.
We'll pick up a replay on that. And Hughes just awkward out of the flip-flop there on the inside still, but really does get out of it a lot in the Porsche and allow Firth around the outside before they run up the hill there. So interesting from Hughes just to get out of that. All the same.
Has tucked under the wing of the BMW, but I think that BMW...
It's got some punch, hasn't it?
Yeah, it... 271k an hour for Haas, 272 for Clark. So fastest car out there on track though tonight is the Aston Martin of Ben Collins, 274. So he's all over him. They're going to take this one right to the very end as Mitchy Haas and Matthew Clark. Firthy's got around 4.5 seconds, Davo, to try and catch up the road to Macrolos, and I think that'll be a pretty hard task.
Oh, look, I would suspect so. No disrespect to Firth's skills, but yeah, big stretch there with the likes of Macrolos. But Haas on Clark, this could change any moment, J-Man.
Oh, unbelievable.
Haas just losing a couple of car lengths there at the bottom of the hill. But the McLaren riding those curbs really nicely through that chicane before they run down the hill here into this final complex of corners, the double lefts. So good solid drive from both of these guys. Like I mentioned, Clark, not very early in his time here at Rainlight Racing in their 2024 GT3 series. This is the final round here at Imola, but really showing some awesome form.
Yeah, absolutely. Great way to finish off the season. Wadsworth unfortunately got a 10-second time penalty hanging over him, but he is putting a lot of pressure on Ben Collins in the Pit 50 Retro Aston Martin, and he's right on him.
He is right on him. Does he pit now, J-Man, as they round the final corner? Does he get this out of the road now? No, he doesn't. Follows through for one more lap.
A great race from Maverick and Webley too, to be effectively, what are we, 84, 85 minutes in.
Yep.
It's still only separated these front two by 2.2 seconds. So that's a great job, both of those. And then Dixie doing a great job, looking to try and bank a podium here tonight. Obviously put the car on pole with a beautiful lap, 40.4. But yeah, some 15 seconds off the lead of this race now. But more importantly, 3.4 seconds ahead of Hendo for that podium spot. So good drive there from Will Dixon. Whoa. The attitude of Wadsworth's car there, really pushing hard. Oh, and that is Collins down.
Oh, he's out. He's off track. And there's the mistake Wadsworth was looking for. J-Man.
There's the first 2 seconds of 10 that he needs to stay in front at the end of this race.
And that's all it takes. And literally, this could happen to any of these guys that are in close succession at the moment, isn't it, J-Man? And yeah, still plenty to play for as we wind down. We're under 5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Hit the like and subscribe button and stick around for the rest of this race. It is round 10. We are at Imola. It is Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. Proudly brought to you by SIMBLACKS, CrossCut Woodworks, HENDO, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossing 43, and as always, broadcast live by MATCHFIT Entertainment. J-Man.
Yeah, Pete Dawson for me tonight as well. I just want to give him a quick shout out in the 54 Bentley. Started from pit lane, up 11 spots into 13th position. So that's a very, very good drive. Obviously ran pretty long. And
he did.
Had to dig deep mentally. Those nights where you start like that and you're on the back foot straight away. I think he's done a beautiful job to drive this thing up to P13.
I don't think I've seen that car make a mistake, albeit it hasn't had a lot of air time. Yep. But Dawson, really just kept moving forward. Currently sitting in 13th, and again riding those curves. We know how well the Bentley rides the curbs. Big lump of a thing it is. And through the chicane at the top of the hill there, down to this final complex of corners again for Pete Dawson. What else is going on? Spence, Turbot, and who was that just tucked in behind? That is the Webley car. Yep. Tucked in behind.
Yeah, so that was I just watched Maverick round them up, and then where Webley caught them was sort of, coming down the hill, down through Aqua Minerale and then up through the chicane, and he just was in that sort of spot that he couldn't really do anything with it. And those two are battling, obviously legitimately, so as we see Spence just grab that spot.
Yeah, looks like Turbott's getting out of it early. And it's just hectic there. Turbott's just like, I don't want anything to do with it. Spencer's going, no, make him work for it. There's a change of positions there in the background as we see Brandon Webley run through. We've got under 2 minutes to go. We've also got Wadsworth and Danny Kim going at it as we wind down towards the end of this race. Couple of Ferraris here. Now, we've seen these guys together in the early stages of the race, J-Man, and at it. And here we are in the final phase. Final minute and a half, and they're back at it again.
Yeah, so just picking up on Maverick, he is coming down the hill. So I think we will see one more lap after this one here to wrap out this fantastic season that has been had by all here at Rainlight Racing. But yeah, look, you got to wonder how much Kim fights this, because he'll be able to see on the graphic that Wadsworth's got a 10-second infringement hanging over him, although I think any racer would still want to finish out in front.
Of course they would. Of course they would.
So Maverick down to the Ravasa for the penultimate time. Comes back out onto the front straight. Got Webley still in his mirrors, but got enough margin. He's got around 2.5 seconds over him as they embark on the last lap of this race. And the last lap of the season too, Davo.
It is. Sadly, but obviously we will celebrate it, because these guys done a stellar job throughout the season so far. This is season 6, or series 6. So yeah, awesome stuff. Battles right down to the wire. We've had the abacus going all night, but it's been kept pretty simple, hasn't it, so far, J-Man? And we will see clear championship winners here at the end of this race tonight. And stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give away another $50 thanks to CrossCut Woodworks and HENDO. Also, just quickly looking at Wadsworth on Kim. There's a position change. 14th and 15th respectively. And it's on. Also, Makalos in the pits, J-Man. Must have run out of fuel.
Oh, dear.
So, tough gig for Makalos.
So that's a definite free kick for Fordo for P3 of the championship. And I'll tell you the other big one that we're probably going to talk a little bit about is the Mitchie Haas out of P7 and currently Gunther Rowe.
We are.
P19.
What we're going to talk about right now is Mav coming across the line for the final round here, round 10 at Imola in Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6.
Yeah, over Brandon Webley.
Over Webley, over Dixon, over Henderson. Shane Frodo, all in quick succession too, J-Man. These guys were pretty close. Matty Clark in 6th with Haas not too far behind in 7th. Goddard in 8th, running down the hill to the final complex corner in a big chunk of clear air. So he's doing a great job. Matty Dayton not that far behind. Goddard and Dayton went at it all night, J-Man.
Didn't they? Didn't they just?
So what a great spectacle that has been for those two. Obviously, Firthy, our man.
Yep. Beautiful job.
Gets the top 10, J-Man. We were talking about this not that long ago. Can he get back to the top 10? He'll be loving that. Easy.
Cheers, Curly. Appreciate your drive tonight, mate. And appreciate, always enjoyable to bring the stream to you. What a fantastic race.
Dawson in 12th.
Dawson 12th.
Wadsworth, Kim, Collins, Makalos. Makalos, such an up and down race as he runs around for the final lap. The rest of the boys already in the pits. Makalos, the last person out on track. J-Man, but Makalos, Spence, Turbot, Rowe, Crossland, Kramer, Goebel, Worcester. Rounding out the 23. Stellar night. J-Man, have we had the abacus working? We have. If you've heard some clicking going on in the background, it's J-Man on the MATCHFIT abacus as we try and crunch the numbers, like during the race here to make sure we can bring you up the updated points. On the night.
There's some stuff that'll be forgone. There'll be some stuff that you'll have to catch during Crossy's race recap, which is the time when they will give away that fantastic GT Neo alongside Stefan from SIMBLACKS. I think they'll be able to crunch some numbers a bit better because obviously it's all provisional at this point, post-race and all. But,
it is.
Hey, look, we will start the night off by bringing down third place position here for race 10 in season 6, and that is Will Dixon, who did an absolutely fantastic job.
Round of applause
in the qualifying. So to start with, we certainly got to give him that. That was a fantastic quali, followed by a third position. Will, you got us on comms?
Yeah, mate, you hear me?
Yeah, yes, got you, loud and clear, mate.
Save the best to last there, Dixie.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to quality.
Well, hey, look, the car had some pace. You're racing awesome too, not just qualifying, bro. So, yeah, nice work to see the CrossCut Woodworks Aston up there, man.
Yeah, cheers. Enjoy the track. So, yeah, that was good.
And then late in the piece, had to really work over Hendo, mate, who was on an alternate strategy. Obviously, went for the splashes and dash as opposed to you grabbing conventional tyre, covering off fuel. But certainly had the pace once you got through. But what a fantastic race and what a fantastic season, Will. And I'm sitting there at the moment just looking at the likes of Crossland, You were heavily in a battle for the top 8 with him, but also Dawson on recovery mode only gets back to, I think, P12 or 13th tonight. So last little bit of sting in the tail, Dixie, to improve that position in this championship.
Yeah, cheers. I thought a couple of the other guys would definitely do a splash and dash, but like I was struggling to do below 42 after like 30, 40 minutes, so I know they knew they'd be struggling, so I just had to pick up the pace after the pit stop. And yeah, Hendo had some good pace considering he was on some old tyres.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And while we've got you here, obviously Will Dixon, the driver of the Aston Martin car,
the CrossCut
woodwork car
Aston Martin car, mind you,
that has proudly provided a good chunk of the sponsorship here this season with the giveaway. So we do really appreciate the performances you put out on track, Will, but the support that you give to the drivers and to this community, mate. So well done and thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks again, guys, for doing this season. It's been good.
100%, mate. Looking forward to the next time we see you out on track. But for tonight, we'll enjoy that podium and that pole position, mate, because
nice
it was
work.
tricky.
Yeah, well nice work, Will.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, mate. All right, so that was Will Dixon out of P3. And then we will grab, where is he? Mr. Brandon Webley. Looking for him. He's shuffled around a little bit here.
There he is, second at the bottom.
Okay, I got him.
We got him.
Yep, I've got him.
We got him. He's probably got a swipe for the door these days.
Yeah,
So he's got that.
Been in here enough, hasn't he? So Brandon Webley, welcome to the comms box. Welcome to the hot box, mate.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good. Look, mate, you threw everything at it. What a fantastic season. I think mathematically, maybe looks like Mr. Antoon might have just got you at the back end there based on a count back.
We're close.
Is that the way you're seeing it, Webley?
Yeah, I think he won by like 2 or 3 points. So
wow.
Not a lot in it, mate. Absolutely not a lot in it. So, but look, you gave it your best shot. And out there, fantastic. Some really good charges back to him too, mate, in the mid phase of that race. Once he got the lead, you certainly didn't concede. You certainly challenged it. And what a fantastic season as well, Brandon.
Yeah. I was kicking myself. I kept making too many little mistakes, but oh well, I'm still pretty happy with it. I had some hope that I was going to be able to catch him again, but then I just kept making little errors. And
Yeah, and the Mustang, obviously a new car, like for the platform. Was that a bit of a gamble, maybe, just to take that car and run with it for the season?
Yeah, well, it seems like it's a pretty good car. I've finally figured out how to make the tires last on it, so that's a positive.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Like Dave mentioned, mate, we have had our fair share of time talking to the season. It's been bloody great, to be honest. It's been nice to have somebody mix it up with the likes of with Phil Antoon and certainly Costas as well at times, and then obviously Hendo putting a good fight in, and also Shane Fodado at times as well. So really awesome season. I've got to congratulate you on what was to be a really nail biter at the back end there too, Webley.
Yeah.
So well done, mate. Enjoy that. Enjoy the night, and then can't wait to see you out on track again, which I'm sure won't be too far away.
Yeah. I don't know when the next season is, but when the next season is, but I think there might be a few more Mustangs next season, so it might be a bit more of a challenge for me. But
yeah, good stuff. Well, that's awesome, mate. Enjoy that one. We'll put you back, and thank you very much for the chat, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Yes, mate.
Nice work, Brandon Webley, everybody.
And
last but not least,
yeah, this guy is absolutely no stranger to us and to you guys watching. We will welcome down a race winner, and by my calculations, wraps up another title. Maverick, you got us on comms.
Mav, Earth to Mav.
Fashionably early as Mav. He's just signing autographs.
He's signing the caps and
Yeah.
and
Well,
maybe
look, this
maybe
guy,
other things. So
Oh, you got me now?
yeah,
yeah,
we
we
got
got
you,
you, Mav,
brother.
mate. Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations on a very patient start to that race, but a well constructed one in the end, mate. Well done.
Yeah, the Will Dixon and Webley did a pretty good qualifying. The Honda, I tried to wring its neck, but I just couldn't get much out of it. Yeah, in the race start, I just thought I'd settle in. I could see Webley sliding around a little bit. Thought Will might have taken him at some point, but he didn't. And then I think his tyre started to go off. And yeah, just try to keep it on track, not get any track cuts, and bring it home. And see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Picked up in even an official practice tonight. Looked like, was there a bit of focus towards the way the car rode that chicane at the top of the hill in the back sector, Mav? Because it did look very, very stable across there.
Okay.
Compared
It
to
definitely
other,
wasn't.
compared to other
Didn't
times,
feel
yeah.
like it. It looked like it, but it didn't feel like it. Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was awful. I tried all different types of combinations, but
Yep.
it's just not built for that track. It just
Yeah,
can't
no.
do that curb.
I think
So
Crossy would agree with you, mate.
yeah, I don't even have to look at what happened to him. I'm sure he lost it at some point on the curbs. It was pretty rough. Just to bring it home, I was pretty happy.
Yep.
But I had to take it pretty gingerly over those curbs. Just lift early, brake early, accelerate late, just to not spin out because he was pretty nervous.
It was deadly.
curbs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us, Mav, a little bit about, just help us understand. Obviously, you took a couple of weeks away this season. Had things to do and people to see, and obviously dropped round 6 and round 7. And I think going into this, by my calculation, Webley had to drop his worst round, which was a 30-point round, versus you not really dropping anything because you had a couple of zeros. So a couple of donuts in there. So I think you effectively coming into that on a legitimate 495 points versus my calculation was Webley was probably coming in at 468. Was that your calculation, mate? And you were quite aware of the job at hand tonight?
Yeah, he was. We did a bit of homework during the week, and he was 3 points ahead going into the race.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what a win and a first and a second place is. I think it's 5 points potentially. So there's probably a 2-point buffer there.
Without the drop round, you're saying? Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, if there wasn't for a drop round, then yeah, I wouldn't be.
It'd be a couple of points in it then.
Yep,
So wow,
yep.
that's fantastic to go racing for effectively 10 weeks and it be that tight. So fortune favours the brave, mate. If I'm just looking at the point stats at the moment, and you went pretty much on the trot. Those first 5 rounds were very, very successful, and I think that was probably the benchmark to the season to set you up for the back end. Yeah, another well constructed season, Mav, and lots of cool stuff in the sim racing world for you going on, I'm sure, at the moment. But hey, the moment is now, and another title, mate. You got to be wrapped with that.
Yeah, it was fun and having a few good races with Webley this season made it a bit more extra fun. So he's really improved from the last 2 seasons. So looking forward to some more races with him.
Going at it again for season 7. Yeah, nice
good
work.
stuff. Oh, well, thanks for the chat, Mav. Enjoy that one, mate. Good luck trying to get to sleep tonight, because I'm sure the blood's still pumping after that one. And fully had us entertained every single round that you were here. But I thought that was a very measured, patient drive to the front tonight. So well done.
Cheers, fellas. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Mav.
Phil and Toon, ladies and gentlemen, winner. I think we've got the MATCHFIT Abacus dialed in tonight, J-Man, and it looks like he's won it by a couple of points or some.
Yep.
But very tight stuff between him and Brandon Webley
I'm
throughout.
not going to get into too much detail because the Abacus is kind of worn out, but certainly Gunther Rowe result at the back end of this one, and Mitchie Haas's successful result in this final race sees that Pro-Am title.
Yes.
They were trading for 11th and 12th outright. And that one's going to go down to the number crunches during the week. You'll hear
For
a little bit more
sure.
about that.
For
and
sure.
Danny Kim and Tony Spence for the final podium spot for the
And
Pro-Am.
so we would expect to see Fodeno on the top of the
I
third.
believe Fodeno
Can we
didn't-
is he around there? Can we drag him down just quickly and probably
Yeah,
give him a
absolutely.
pat on the back?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll grab Shano down. Hang on, I went to grab him.
He's internal there.
He bounced back up, but we'll grab Shano. You got us on comms, mate.
Oh, hey, boys.
Hey, mate, first and foremost, congratulations on a very measured drive tonight. And, amongst some very, very good battles. I saw Mitchie Haas applying a lot of pressure to you early. Gunther Rowe was in the mix there as well. But I think the reason we've got you down here is based on the numbers that we're looking at. I think that was well and truly enough of a job done based on drop rounds and everything for you to grab third outright in this pro title for the season. So if my numbers correct me, so a big congratulations there, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think it was. I had to finish a few places in front of Costas, and
Yeah.
Hendo was just in front of me, so I think that might be right. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah,
That's about all I had.
It looks like you were just dealing with it, like you had plenty of action going on through the race, but you knew half the people you were fighting with they weren't your race, were they?
No.
You were racing with the championship, so looking at it, it was clearly visible, just for us to watch here in the comms box. So. But I think we've got the numbers right, J-Man. J-Man has been so busy on the abacus trying to flick the beads around and work it out. But, look, you and Costas having a tough night tonight. I don't think it was a Ferrari track tonight. But, taking nothing away from you, Shane. Awesome work throughout the season. Just keeping it clean and, really hit the numbers when you needed to.
Yeah, cheers, guys. I was worried that he wasn't going to pit for a while. Like, oh, far out. Is he going to make it to the end?
No, we thought the same. We were somewhere down the 12-minute mark or something, and kind of thought the same, Shano. So, but look, once again, I just congratulated, obviously, Maverick on what was a great job throughout the season, but certainly a very calculated, measured drive tonight from him at the early phase of that race. And I thought much the same, Dave. I picked up on it early with yourself. There's a couple of times I saw you sidestep, and I think you let Curley go pretty quickly. And then there was other times it just looked like the attitude of the way you're driving out there, that you knew where the fight was and you didn't get engaged in something that wasn't going to be a part of the bigger picture. And I think that's super discipline from a sim racer, not to get caught in the moment and actually just play the numbers. And tells me that you went into this thing with a goal, and I think you executed very, very well, mate. So well done.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I was fighting my own battles for a little while, just trying to keep up with Hendo, and I just started overheating my tires. So I just had to just cool it down a bit, and then it came back to me at the end.
Yeah,
it was a good race.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well done, Shano. Congratulations, A, on the season, and B, on the result tonight, because I think, very calculated, very measured, something we've come to expect from you now. I think, got a good back end of 24 again, so well done.
Cheers, guys, and thanks for everything you do, and Crossy and Gunther for setting it all up.
100%.
And well done to Mav and Webley.
Awesome. Humble as ever, Shane Fodeno. Thanks, mate, for joining us in the comms box once again. J-Man.
Yeah, so, hey, look, just, I know we've got a quick giveaway to
we've got stuff to do. We've got stuff to do.
There's one more calculated number that I know I can comfortably just quickly fire him down here.
Grab him down here.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wanted to grab him down here because this is one that I don't really need the abacus for based on his performance. This is a guy that I think has comfortably wrapped up the AM title. You got us on comms, Mark?
Yeah, sure do, fellas.
Look, a couple of times we've talked lately. I think your performances really speak volumes about where you've finished up, mate. You've constructed another beautiful season, mate, and I think that's clearly going to see you come out on top for this AM title again, mate. So good luck trying to stay in that class for next year, but it's all about tonight. in this season, mate. How are you feeling about that? You're happy with your performance and progress throughout the season and tonight?
Yeah, it's been a great season. I got a new wheel at the start of the season. I think that made all the difference. So yeah,
Nice.
hopefully the move up upper class next season. Just got to try and tag onto the back of them and find a bit more pace.
Yep.
Yeah, look, the PPR cars have really turned up this season. I do a big shout out to Ashton as well. I think you guys very measured drives. I think that seems to be the flavour of the night, calculated and measured. We've seen it so much. And certainly the back end, I think guys really knew who they were racing come to this final round. And we just said to Shane Faraday, we felt the same with him, that he was playing the numbers. And I think tonight, I think you look pretty comfortable from the outset. I've actually thought that the last few weeks, I've thought you've had a good handle on it, knowing where your competitors were. Obviously tonight, only having Kramer and Goebel in there to actually form any sort of title fight. And I think you handled yourself beautifully, mate. So congratulations on that series title.
Yeah, thanks for that, fellas.
Awesome. That is Mark Turbot wrapping up the AM title, and I will let my good mate Davo do his formalities because I've held him up long enough.
No, look, we've got to pay the bills. We've got to pay the bills, and these things can just spiral out of control. Look, we could talk to the whole field, couldn't we, J-Man, given the chance? But look, we must once again thank, obviously, all of you viewers that have joined us throughout Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the comments. We love it when you guys get in the chat box. But yeah, keep clicking the buttons, guys. But look, we've got to thank SIMBLACKS, obviously, for the major sponsorship. We've got to thank CrossCut Woodworks, HENDO, True to Life Racing Designs, and Crossy 43 amongst ourselves. Obviously, MATCHFIT Entertainment for broadcasting it to you all every week for the last 10 weeks. But there's a couple of things going on. Obviously, this week, tonight, the final round, we are giving away another $50 Prezi card, thanks to CrossCut Woodworks and HENDO. But also, on, I think it's Wednesday night, live on Twitch with Crossy 43. So remember that name. Tune into Crossy 43's. You guys will already be hooked up and subscribed to this guy. Stick around. We're going to have an interview with Stefan from SIMBLACKS. They are going to give away a Sim Magic GT Neo wheel on Wednesday night, and a couple of mystery giveaways, ladies and gentlemen. They are a mystery. It is very secret. Not even Davo and J-Man know about it. No. So tune in. Crossy NZ's Twitch. Don't miss out. Description the links will be in the description for that. Stick around for that. But as always, we are going to give away, thanks to these boys, and obviously thanks to SIMBLACKS and True to Life Racing and Crossy 43 for all the support, we are going to give away, J-Man, another $50 Prezi card. Awesome. Thank you very much. Let click a couple of buttons here. See if I can get the right graphic up. And there we go. There's the wheel. We're going to spin it again. It's going to be the last time. Right here for season 6. Spin the wheel one more time. She's just spinning. Okay. Vic Chan not here tonight. So we're going to remove Vic Chan from that wheel because it's round 10. It's the final round, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to be in attendance to win the $50 Prezi card. And we're going to spin the wheel again. Ready? J-Man, do you want to spin it this time?
Yeah, give it here.
Go on. You do it.
Here we go. Here we go. There you go.
J-Man spins the wheel this time. Okay. Fingers crossed. Here we got Costas Makalos, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done, Costas.
Hey, look, after a tough round for Costas and so close to pipping that third position in the Pro Championship standings and standings overall, just what a way to finish off the season, picking up a $50 Prezi card from the good people at CrossCut Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, and obviously HENDO. Awesome stuff. We will remind everybody, sorry if I just repeat myself here a little bit. Remember, gotta hook up Twitch, Crossy NZ, hook up on Wednesday night. These guys are going to give away a SimMagic GT Neo wheel. We've got to crunch the numbers, make sure everything, all the ducks in a row before we give this stuff away. They're going to give a couple of mystery prizes away to the couple of Aussie guys, a couple of New Zealand guys. We're also going to have interviews with Stefan from SIMBLACKS himself, Stefan. So big deal, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to just run through the major sponsors here again and just thank CrossCut Woodworks. Thanks, HENDO. Thanks, SIMBLACKS. It's been an awesome season. J-Man calling it with you. It's been awesome for all of you guys tuning in here at Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 6. That's a wrap for us, I think, J-Man, here tonight.
No, fantastic season.
It's been
Appreciate
awesome.
all the support on the streams throughout. And yourself, Davo. Appreciate all the calls we get to do together, mate. It's an absolute blast, and
we love it.
Out. Thanks, viewers. Thanks, Davo.
So I can't even call you a track next week because we're not going to see you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for Season 7. Discord links for Rainlight Racing are in the description. Hook up over there. Check it out. All the information will be there. And you'll see us again soon here at Rainlight Racing. That's Davo and Gentleman out for tonight and MATCHFIT as well. Ciao for now.